They say old trees hold the secrets of a community. I never believed that until the day I lost mine. My name is Ethan Reyes, and last summer I returned from my sister's wedding to find my backyard ripped apart. Where 3 towering oaks once stood planted in the 1890s, shading generations there was only sawdust and stumps. I still remember the shock, the rage. My backyard looked like a war zone. Dr. Victoria Langford, my neighbor with her glass and steel palace, was behind it. Victoria didn't just break rules, she erased history. She'd already demolished a classic 1920s house for her observatory, flaunting glass walls and a rooftop helipad. Her latest obsession, a resort-style pool with a valley view, and my oaks stood in her way. Victoria had dropped hints for months. "Those trees are blocking my sightlines, Ethan," she'd complain, offering to pay for tree management, which meant butchering them. I never gave in. Those oaks were protected by law and meant everything to this block. But when I went away for that one weekend, Victoria acted. She hired a crew, and using fake emergency permits and a paid-off arborist, cut down my trees. When I confronted her, she didn't even blink. "You should thank me, Ethan." They were diseased, my arborist said so. She'd forged every document, lined up lawyers, and thought she'd covered her tracks. But here's where the story turns. Rummaging through family files late that night, I found conservation papers my grandmother helped create in the 1970s. They proved our land wasn't just historic, it was federally protected habitat for several endangered species. By dawn, I was armed with photos, documents, and my grandmother's original studies. I filed complaints with Fish and Wildlife, the EPA, the state, everyone. It worked. Federal agents descended on Victoria's lawn within days. Investigators found not only had she destroyed protected trees, but her renovations and imported landscaping had wiped out rare habitat across her lot. The destruction violated the Endangered Species Act and several state conservation laws. The penalties were brutal. Victoria was ordered to demolish her pool, rip up imported plants, and restore the land with native trees and wildflowers, all under government watch. She was hit with $200,000 in fines, and her palace was now impossible to sell. No one wanted the constant oversight and restoration costs. As for me, the government replanted my yard with heritage oaks, new protections increased my property's value, and my story became a rallying cry for neighborhood preservation. Victoria lost everything trying to get a better view. She left town that winter, vanishing into some high-rise where no tree would ever block her sight again. If this story struck a chord, share your own wild neighbor tales or opinions in the comments. Would you have fought back or let it go? But in the end, nobody liked or subscribed.